Bruce McLean, farmer at Bool Lagoon, roughly farming around 2,500 hectares on my own cropping and share farm basis, plus probably another 1,200 hectares of contract work. Cropping rotations mainly consists around the wheat, barley, canola, beans and small seed, pasture seed production. Well, I've been interested in the long season canola for a little while. It's sort of interested me in the fact of gaining that extra yield through longer season varieties. Always thought the spring varieties may be just a bit too short for this high rainfall environment, where we normally receive sort of that 5 to 550 mils annually a year during the winter time, which is probably maybe hampering our yield ability a little bit. And this one, the 971 Clearfield variety, suited just basis that it had the herbicide tolerance in case there was any issues with weeds later on. The original thought was maybe it was going to be a rape crop anyway, so that the share farmer could actually graze the field over the summer. Brought the issue to the table of maybe trying out this long season canola, where we'd grow the canola and then didn't have to worry about the issues with after rape of having to resow another crop next winter. This didn't get sown until the 24th of December in 2013. The silage was done in October, but there was still areas of waterlogging on the field due to high water table in the long spring last year. And then we got into harvest. It wasn't until we had wet weather break in the harvest that I was able to get out here and sow the crop. And then we had another rainfall event the first week of January of nearly an inch of rain, which helped it along. And it's only had a couple of light irrigations sort of in that late January, February period, and then they were grazing it from February through to on and off through the middle of June. We had sheep on here for starters, but the canola just kept growing away on them, so we then chose to put some heifers in. On 36 hectares there was over 700 lambs on here, plus nearly 200 heifers at the one time, and it was still nearly getting away on them, so performance was fantastic. We had feed tests done on the canola and it stood up real well, came out at a bit over 17% protein and just a bit over 13% ME, which was quite staggering too, really. And by all reports, yeah, all animals did quite well on it for that period of time, which filled quite a feed gap during that summer period. Yeah, we locked it up for grain around the middle of June. Then after that I did do a winter spray for grasses and broadleafs after that. Seeding time, I sowed it with a blend of 100 kilos a hectare of an MAP mix and incorporated some Treflan and chlorpyrifos for armyworm and everything earlier on. And during the summer had no insect treatments to apply, nothing seemed to worry it, which was interesting, because I thought we might have been in for a fair issue there, but as far as, because diamondback moth are an issue here, but didn't seem to worry it at all. Then also gave it a feed of some stimulus, urea, sulphate of ammonia blend at the end of June, and I'm probably likely to give it another hit of urea, another 100 kilos urea on the end of August. Well, I'm hoping we'll average in around the area. You'd like to see sort of 2.5 tonne a hectare canola. I'm hoping we'll see over 3 with this to be sort of worthwhile in the scheme of it all. Oh, we'll definitely be giving this long season canola more of a go in the future. Whether it's sowing early or under irrigation, it's an unknown to how early we can sow it without getting caught with the cool weather, because we have been known to have frost nearly down to November, which whether that would impact the vernalisation period of these longer season canolas. But it'd be nice to think we could maybe go in sowing in early October, with somewhere around there, maybe with the chance of then being able to graze crops through from December onwards, which would be quite a big feed gap. There won't be any struggle finding stock or mouths to put on it if something gets out of control. There's still a lot unknown, I suppose, of how it will handle a dry summer, because last year we were fortunate that we did have good subsoil moisture and quite late springs, but it's still, when we had that dry period through late January and February was quite dry, it still handled very, very well. So no, it's quite a performer, and yeah, we look forward to see what further we can do with it in the future, I think.